What's up, everybody? We'll jump on in a few moments. I just wanted to get my stuff straight real quick. I want to go in. Not really, but I'm really about to keep this all the way 100 because it needs to be said. It needs to be said. So I know a lot of folks are watching. BGS Ramil are doing an epic, you know, um, conversation, and I'm sure that is all fine and dandy. But I really wanted to put this out here. You had people that spoke on this earlier, so I definitely wanted to speak on this. Um, it is what it is. Let me see. I might put my PayPal in here to see if some of y'all want to donate to the church or donate whatever. Yeah, that is all fine. All of that is appreciated. I'll do that in a minute once people come in here. So let me keep this very focused. So if people want to hop on, they can definitely hop on, but I definitely want to do my monologue. This is not going to be too long. I plan on this probably being about maybe 25 to 30 minutes, and then I'm going to have people on for maybe like an hour. Yeah, so keep this good. Here's the thing. We're going to first start with the Kobe Bryant situation. I got somebody that I used to work with, somebody I used to deal with, I'm Instagram friends with him. He put up a picture of a female, talking about black female, obviously talking about, you know, um, I'm really trying to hold back right now, but talking about, the transfer of wealth, saying, see, this is what we talking about, the transfer of wealth, but y'all get with non-black women. That should have went to his mom. That should have went to his mom. That should have like. Here's how disrespectful that shit is. Kobe Bryant, both of his parents. Let me check, so I'm very clear. I want to be very clear. Before I go in, because I don't want to be. Yeah, he's still alive. Kobe Bryant's dad is still alive. Yet you got ignorant bitches, and yes, you all are bitches today. You all have earned it. Fuck the pleasantries. Fuck the I'ma be nice. All black women ain't bitches, but the motherfuckers I'm talking about on this panel, on this shit right now, everybody I'm talking about is a bitch. Because this is how you're behaving, but a lot of times this is who you fucking are. You got a black bitch that's gonna sit here and say that Kobe's money should go. Fuck, I don't even give a fuck about Vanessa. This should go to his mom. His dad's still alive, not his parents. His mom. I would post a pic, but let me see. Let me see if I can post a pic without because I don't want to make dude. I don't want to make dude look bad, so I'm not gonna post a pic. But that's his private page. But my thing is, it should go like you got a lot of people are showing their fucking ignorance. A lot of people are showing their stupidity. A lot. Let's be absolutely clear here. Most of you motherfuckers are as pro-black as a black homosexual is pro-LGBT. Why are they pro-LGBT? They are pro-LGBT is based on who they're fucking. That's it. That's what makes you LGBT. Obviously, most pro-blacks are pro-black because they're sexually attracted to black women, or they're sexually attracted to black men. And as far as I'm concerned, they could give a less than a fuck about it. Black men is on some goofy worship the black queen, on some naked body, worshiping their dicks getting hard type shit. And black women are on some ultra narcissistic bullshit. So the problem that people have with Kobe is the myth of white womanhood, is jealous with envy. I said this on another channel, another video. I'm gonna say it right now so y'all can hear me. Got that decent internet connection. Number one, Kobe got married early. Number one. Number two, Kobe dated Brandy. Number three, Brandy dumped him for Mace. Okay? So let's be clear about that. And these are Brandy's words. And Brandy cited that obviously Mace was the biggest thing in town, which I remember back then. And then she was not, she thought Kobe was corny. You go look it up. These are Brandy's words that she just said. And I thank her. She's not a bitch, but I thank her for saying it. Because now you can't deny that because that's out of her fucking mouth. So why would she lie? And I'm not going to pull up the articles. Y'all can Google that shit. My point is, all these black women are coming. Like, everybody wants to get their little itch. I hate Negroes. So I'm going to get this itch by calling them a rapist. Gayle, bitch ass king. I hate black men. So I'm going to scratch that itch by saying he betrayed black people because he got with a non-black woman. You know what? Let's be clear here about Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant did more for black people that doesn't get talked about. We're not even talking about what Mr. Fantastic talked about on the inspiration shit. That's actually a good point, and a point I probably wouldn't have made because I wouldn't have thought of it. So well fucking done on that. Because that inspiration shit is a very, but let's take the tangible. He's done more tangible shit for black people than any of these motherfuckers talking the type of shit they talking. If you had niggas, like maybe Dr. Umar Johnson could get his fucking school off the ground if he knew how to talk to motherfuckers like Kobe Bryant and not fucking strippers and shit. When an NBA player was about to cough up some bread. The reality of the situation is most black women don't give a fuck about the money. They only care about what that dude. They never liked Kobe. And a lot of black people didn't like Kobe because Kobe represents an other. He represents an enemy of this hood rat culture. Kobe Bryant represents something that's very alien to black people outside of the crack era. It had nothing to do with who he was with. Some of the biggest haters he has are out of Philly. And now look at who they gravitate towards. Allen Iverson. Now, I like Allen Iverson. But if you compare Allen Iverson to Kobe Bryant, it's very clear as to what black people value. That's like one of the biggest, like, just defining line indicators. Ramil is on BGS is on Ramil's channel, and they're talking about why do black men not invest back in the black community. First of all, I can debate the amount that they actually do. It's just motherfuckers ain't talking about it. But to go to the extent to why it's not more, why don't more do it, is because black people resent black people that invest in the community from outside of it. This is why every time that comes up, and we've had these battles, motherfuckers talk about, I don't want your money, I need you here. Because they don't want motherfuckers that can kind of do shit from around the way, and then they can just pull their money. They want you here like they wanted fucking Nipsey Hussle there. Look at how that turned out. They want you there because they want you at their level. And they get that bullshit from the women. They don't want you around in a nice neighborhood from a castle that they can't see. Fuck your money. They don't want it. And I'm talking particularly a lot of these YouTube and emotional ass people. Real pro-blacks ain't stupid like that for the most part, as BGS would attest. If dudes are coughing up paper, they're not going to come up stupid when it comes to a check. But a lot of these wannabe prison yard motherfuckers, they gravitates towards the brother polites and shit like that. They are like this. And you got black women out here. I wish a black bitch, and I'm going to say it just like that. I wish a black bitch would say some stupid shit like that. around me. Like for real. And these white bitches are gonna get it too. Because I'm not gonna ignore that. Because black men have no friends. But the point is, the reality is they see you as a fucking mark. Kobe donated $1 million to the African American Museum alone. Alone. Y'all talk. You know it's funny. Motherfuckers talk about who giving what. Don't know. You notice that nobody never got nothing to say about Oprah Winfrey giving putting money building schools for African girls. Like where's your money for your own black women in America? But you want to build schools for African girls for what? Like you notice she's $1 billion deep. How much money has she put in the community? I bet you any amount of money. I bet you any amount of money Robert Smith has put more money in the community than Oprah. And Robert Smith and Oprah's been a billionaire for a while now. I bet you. I bet you he has. I bet you that $37 million donation, that one donation he did, probably is more than what Oprah has put into the black community in the the FBA black community. I bet you it is. Meanwhile, her dumb ass is constantly being turned away by white retailers act pretending they don't know who she is. But I'm gonna get to that. My point is this. I said something, and they're probably gonna get mad. Dude probably is gonna unfriend me, but I kept it all the way 100. I said real talk. I said number fucking one. Nobody's ass telling you gotta mourn for the dude. You don't know him. It's sad. His daughter died. A lot of people died. It is a tragedy. But ain't nobody saying you need to pour some liquor or cry for him. You didn't know him. Nobody gives a fuck. That's number one. Nobody gives a fuck what the fuck you all do. That's number one. Number two, Kobe did it without you. And that's probably one of the biggest inspirations of his Mamba mentality. He did it without you. He built what he built and he stood on it. Fuck what you think. And that is some shit that black women in particular and a lot of black hate and a lot of black men are very jealous of. As far as his mom was a bitch. Oh, my bad. I shouldn't have said that. As far as Kobe's mom, his mom was a fucking bitch. Okay? And she's going to have to live the rest of her life knowing that her son died believing that she was a bitch. As much as probably he believed in God. Because a lot of y'all don't know he attended mass because his wife is Catholic, as Latinas typically are. Right? His mom believed, because Kobe, I believe, is the youngest. And he got two sisters that ain't all that in looks. Just go look. And a dad that, he wanted to keep the peace. And I'm not going to go in on him too much because real talk, that's a rock in a hard place. Because it's like, okay, you're going to pretty much have to divorce your wife if you really go to bat for your son like you need to because you know who the fuck you married. She's a bitch. I'm just going to say it just like that. And if you think I'm being harsh, compare her to Stephen Curry's mom. And I need to say no more. I need to say no more. You make a comparison, it's very obvious. Selling somebody stuff that he has sentimental value. This is that petty shit. She's a bitch. And I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it just like that. And I'm going to keep it real with you. A lot of black men, quite frankly, if your mother is acting like a bitch, if you a grown ass man, you just let her know what she acting like. Like real fucking talk. You like one of the things that I often tell black men is the first female you need to fucking put in a fucking box is your own damn mother. Because if you can do it with your mother, you can do it with any chick. None of these bitches mean shit. The mother's always gonna be what whip that band-aid straight like that. When you're an adult, you check that shit. Because that shit will never change unless you make it change. That pettiness, all that don't. I'm going to say it just like that. And quite frankly, to be fair, we're going to spread the wealth. Chris Bosh, his mother is a bitch. Chris Bosh's mother thought it was a good idea to basically get the FBI looking at his ass and looking at his family because she wants to drug traffic. Go look at that article. That article is a year old. So he had to kick her out the fucking house. And as a black man, that is like, are you serious? You can how you if they really wanted to make the case that there's no way he didn't know she was doing that, I don't know how to defend that. Because we know how black men are with their mothers. There's no way that he didn't know. But he did what needed to be done once he found out that shit happened. I'm not even gonna say nothing about LeBron's mom because obviously that's so obvious with the shit she done did. And the only reason that doesn't get called out more is because the media basically protects him because he's like the face of the league. But we gonna keep it all the way 100 today. You know, he fucked the non-black woman. Nigga, fuck you. If you all think you all are all of that, then why the fuck you all give a fuck about what dudes are doing? Like, I'm serious. If you all are that nigga, if you all are alphas like you say you are, then you shouldn't even need niggas like Kobe. Kobe was a lame, right? So why the fuck you give a fuck about what he did? He don't owe you shit because he didn't ask you for shit. The only thing he probably owes anything was probably his dad. That's it. He didn't know his mom shit. Well, she birthed him. She got that pussy was in heat and she did what pussy do. She don't owe him shit just because she birthed him. Let me say that again. She don't owe him shit just because she birthed him. I'm gonna keep that all the way 100. And I'm tired of black people, particularly black women, but also black men hiding behind being pro-black and basically taking a dump and skeeting on being pro-black, hiding these other agendas. Quite frankly, I'm tired of all y'all motherfuckers. Now, I don't give a fuck if it's Igmore, SYSBM, Black MGTOW, Passport Bros, fucking pro-black, economic pro-black, PUAs. I'm tired of all y'all motherfuckers, y'all weak ass motherfuckers hiding behind these fucking symbols when y'all got hidden agendas. So y'all sit there and y'all push something that kind of leans to your agenda, but at the end of the day, you a fuck nigga. I'm tired of that shit. I'm really sick of that. And the reality of the situation, man, is I'm loyal to the truth before anything. And shout out to Fitness Mom because she's the one that really kind of reminded me on a relationship with Kobe and his mom. So shout out to her. And quite frankly, shout out to Lisa Leslie, too. And shout out to that reporter that called out the media too when they tried to put her on blast when on air. So I see look, man, I see the women is doing some real shit. That's not what I'm talking about because those are few and far between. Um, Prim, fuck you. Anyway, Prim, I know what you look like, so you don't want to start joking because I can always get cleaned up by the barber. It takes nothing but 20 minutes and $25, and I go from looking homeless to looking like $1,000,000. So anyway, um, the reality of the situation is you got motherfuckers, whether they 20 years old or 40 years old, thinking that black dick belongs to them. Black dick does not belong to you. Okay. You're just like how black pussy does not belong to black men. You grow up in my body, my choice. My dick, I fuck and who the fuck I want to fuck. What the fuck you gonna do? And the biggest point that I want to draw from that, because I've been kind of being redundant, is Kobe didn't ask shit from black people. Kobe asked nothing from black people. What you all do not understand about all these dudes, whether they're highbrow, lowbrow, whatever, is black men don't benefit from the black community. What can anybody make a case to me? I dare any of you motherfuckers. I dare you. Come on my shit, and you make a case as to what black men get from the black community. Anything. Anything. What do black men get from the black community? And this is what people don't understand. You have nothing to lose. The only black men that you could argue get anything from the black community is motherfuckers in entertainment, in musical entertainment. You can take the athletes out of it, but musical entertainment. Why? Or the church. And now those are only a couple of dudes because you got women basically giving dudes money in order to tell them what the fuck they want to hear. And or in entertainment, women drive entertainment, especially as far as music. So, outside of that, what the fuck? How do we benefit? I'm not talking about working with individuals like people I've mentioned, doing partnerships where there's mutual benefits. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about actually what do black men get from this community as an aggregate? Like, really? Can you make I dare, and like this is an open-ended question. I'm asking you for like one or two things. I'm not asking for a lot. And so you wonder. So when motherfuckers talk about what the fuck it is, that's why they waited till Kobe died. Nobody was talking about what Kobe was doing until he died. This is some ignorant ass shit. And I'm gonna tell you, when Dr. Francis Quest Welsing died, I had the same kind of smoke for Yvette Carnell and Mark Lamont Hill. It is the most cowardly, pathetic shit on my shoe, Chinese bat eating shit that you could do is wait for somebody to die and start talking shit like that. Like, for real, Rush Limbaugh has cancer. I don't give a fuck about Rush Limbaugh, but I'm not about to be like, yay, he died. I'm not about to do that shit because that makes me look weak like a motherfucker. I'm sure when Bill Cosby dies, it ain't gonna matter what the fuck he did for you niggas. Y'all are gonna let them white people hang him from a fucking tree. We already letting them, and include me, I guess me included. I have my own issues with Bill, but my point is, y'all ain't gonna do shit. You want to know the value of black people to black men? Go ask Bill Cosby. So remember, when you make the argument about what somebody should do with their money, you might want to have an argument to make. Saying because we both black don't mean shit. And this is an FBA issue because Africans, even though Africans can be fucked up, they understand tribalism. And let's be clear here. I promise you, if you have Andre Drummond, you have Luol Deng, and you have others, Emeka Okafor, and other Africans, they don't have these fucking problems. Because even though, yes, their family is probably asking for a come up because that's just what it seems, I'm telling you, they know what their role to play is for protecting the money. They don't see it on some leak shit. They know who he controls the gold. Oh, that's fucked up. He who controls the gold makes the rules. And they got a respect for that. Not no fucking, well, you owe me, nigga. What is up, Ghana Dan? Shout out to Ghana Dan, man. You need to hook up with Jesse Veal because Jesse Veal stated that he's probably gonna permanently move to Ghana. He's already looking for some stuff like 20, 30 miles away from it. He's already been there. So I definitely would love to see that. Ghana Dan with the Ghana shit. Been to Ghana before Ghana made it popular. Gotta hook up with Ghana Dan. So I just want to make that clear. So we're gonna move on from that. Now that this old bitch, Gayle King, basically the fucking, I'd say, I don't know, I don't want to call her Darth Vader, but the second in command, the fucking Mammy Oprah of the Mammy Brigade. These are what real mammies are, by the way, for you swirler bitches out here. This is what a mammy does. Gayle King. You know, I used to listen to Superboy. This shit like this is why I love. I hate that they went after Superboy's channel. I believe Harvey still has his channel, Your World, and this shit will make me resubscribe because some of this He had the record. You could go back 3-4 years and he had videos on bitches like Gayle King, Oprah from a Chicago standpoint, Tamron Hall. And so you can see a record and know this ain't something that people are just coming out the woodwork with. Gayle, but my thing is a lot of black women that tend to have this thing where they think we're overly complaining. They want to talk about hate. You know, Gayle King should be burned in the fucking stake if this was a just world. And I'm gonna say it just like that. Even how she responded with this fake ass outrage with CBS, even 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 with this, I'm angry bullshit. She know what she did. And she thinks it's cute. And at the end of the day, Gayle is 66 years old. She done her dirt. She's worth $20 million. If she got fired tomorrow, it really wouldn't matter. But she didn't kind of got away with shit. But one thing that Gayle doesn't realize is she got it because it ain't never gonna be another one. Really, Michelle Obama is probably the only one to kind of come up in the next generation of that. But Shonda Rhimes and all them ain't gonna be able to get what type of shit they getting away with because motherfuckers gonna be watching now. But black men have been saying for a long time that Oprah mainly, because she's the leader of all of that. Shonda Rhimes, all of them. Ava DuVernay, which is a newcomer, all them motherfuckers. Then them feminist Shea Moisture, fucking I hate black men bitches. And real fucking talk, like it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not gonna wish bad on nobody, but I'm gonna tell you something. For her to kind of try to trip up another black female like that even goes against black female code to try to say, oh, well, you wouldn't know because you're a friend. I'm like, Gayle, do you fucking understand how much shit on social media it is of you fucking kissing on the cheek or hugging up, like Tariq said, booed up with these sexual white predators? And you want to sit here like, fuck R. Kelly, but real talk, you want to sit here and basically label like real talk. I keep telling people this is why I support. If black men were smart, black men would get Omarosa and they would give her some money. Omarosa Madigo, because she is married to black, they would give her some money and they would pay her to come out the woodwork to get these chicks to jam women like her up. Because I really think Omarosa don't like black women her damn self, and she would relish it that if dudes are willing to cough up the money. I ain't saying she go after the white dude because she wouldn't go after the white dude. But I'm like, nah, all you gotta do is get these bitches. That's all you gotta do. Jam these chicks up because they don't know how to deal with another sister that's coming at them hot. But I will say this: you do got a lot of black females on the ground that's really starting to question Oprah and Gayle. Now it's starting to hit their radar, and that's just how blatant the shit is. Don't even get me started on Jamel Hill and all of them. But for her to do that, and shout out to Lisa Leslie for being on code, for not turning on Kobe like that, for not having this jealousy of, oh, well, you with a Latina because you want, like, these are the same bitches that fucking, I say Cardi B ain't black, and they tell me I'm wrong. They swoon over Meghan Markle, but this chick they got a problem with. You don't get the fuck out of here with that. Who else? Who else is on my mind? Oh, I'm not gonna say her name, but I will say this. Don't tell me you ain't like all other black women. If you're a black female, the first thing you want to do is emasculate a man when you get mad. Congratulations, you're a bitch. And quite frankly, you should be called one to your face. This thing about when you get mad or get upset, I'm not even talking about. It's one thing if somebody tries to call you out or troll you, fuck with you, and then you go back. Okay, fine, I get that. But if we're debating and having a point, and we're talking about a topic, and then you go into emasculation mode, and then you got something to say about fear, I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. Some of y'all, the problem with y'all is y'all ain't got enough fear. Y'all operate with no fear because y'all ain't been popped with a newspaper before. And y'all say shit that will get you killed. I'm from Chicago. It ain't nothing. I'm not saying that like, I'm hard, but it ain't nothing for you to walk by somebody and say some stupid shit. Nigga, in Chicago, if you stare at people, they're gonna have a problem with you. Go do it. And that's one thing in the South that they do all the time. Go do it and try it out. Anyway, I'm gonna drop the link, see what y'all gotta say. Like I said, I don't want to make this too long. And I'm tired of this like all angry. Like I'm gonna start focusing on bigger and better things, man. Cause it's time to turn the fucking page. There's people that's always gonna keep it fucking real. But man, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you, man. Like Oprah, like fuck them, man. Fuck them for real. They can go to hell in handbasket. I lived in Madison Street, and I lived in South Lake, 3625 South Lake Park, in 606 61 zip code, and then I lived in Madison Street in Presidential Towers. So I lived in the city. What up, me?
Hey, what's going on, man?
I mean, I just feel like, pulling from the dark side of the force today more than usual. But this is righteous anger. So this is like that Mace Windu shit. When you take the dark side and redirect it. But yeah, man, I'm tired of these black bitches talking about, talking about who somebody
Can you
fucking.
hear me?
You don't never hear them. Yeah, I can hear you. I don't never hear like I've been talking about black wealth. I don't never hear these motherfuckers talk about black wealth. And by the way, I didn't even say this shit. I didn't even say this shit, in the monologue. But I'll say this: ain't nobody even gave more black wealth to the white man than black women, or non-black people to the white man and black women. Let's keep that real. The hair industry, like the hair industry, the shoe industry. We are the largest consumers and are in the most debt. Who you think that fucking education money going to? But you got something to say about Kobe. The same motherfuckers didn't give a fuck about Robert Smith spending $37 million. Anyway, Meech, if you talking, I can't hear you. Pharaoh, you're muted. What's
What's
up,
up? Can
Charles?
you hear me?
Yeah, that's Pharaoh. I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Um, I've been saying this for a while
First,
now, man. But
Okay,
it's
I
that
think I can hear you, Mitch.
it's that dang that slave owner. It's that slave owner mentality, thinking that we own you type, even if we not sexually attracted to you, but we still want your money. I'm like, nigga, like what group of people have that type of mentality
Yeah,
where
like
you
they a
think.
pimp.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was coming to, like a pimp mentality. I'm like, no, nobody owes you. Nobody doesn't like. My thing is, if it's like how Drake said it, if you wasn't with me shooting at the gym, nigga, you wasn't with me shooting at the gym,
Man, I
and that's
got
all
something
that it
for I got
is.
yeah, I got something for them. My thing, and I'm gonna start saying, because I ain't trying to argue like that. I'm gonna start saying, you know what, you need to go ahead and get you a non-black man and go be happy. That's my thing. You go take that attitude over there and see how far you fucking get. Like I ain't even gonna argue with you. You know what? I ain't what you want, and you might as well not even fuck with black men. You might as well go ahead and leave, cause I'd rather you
Hmm.
do that than you sit here and on some double agent shit.
well, all
Like
of
for
this
real.
is gaslighting, right?
What do you mean?
All of this is just to make you think that that what you're doing is actually wrong, while they know good and well better. Let's be honest. We're not talking about stupid people. all of this is trying to continue by using the same methods that they've always been taught. The problem is that we know, they see we know, we've told them repeatedly we know, we've pointed out how we know, and they keep on trying because even those methods were taught to them. There's no original thought going going on over there in mass. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
As far as
appreciate
Kobe goes,
Dejan hold on for the super chat. Appreciate Dejan Watson for the super chat. Hey yo, if y'all gonna send super chats, I mean not super chats, but PayPal's, make sure y'all put a message in there and I'll definitely read the message. But go ahead, man.
well, but at the end of the day, this is buyer and seller. Right now, we are buyers, and what we're saying is we're going to go to a different store. How dumb do you have? How goofy do you have to be to try to belittle the customer? Like old girl that said, uh, uh, men should be supporting the WNBA. No, you should be putting on a show that makes us want to watch you. That's the way. 'Cause people don't watch NFL and NBA for the support. They watch it because they're selling something that they want. You
Yeah,
need to give us something that we want. Point blank. Period. There's nothing else to talk about. You sound silly otherwise.
yeah, and my thing, and this is what kills me about this. Like, and absolutely, but one thing I want to bring to the floor is April Mason and Crystal Harrison. So I didn't watch that interview, but one clip, a small clip
Me
of it
either.
that I did see at the end was that they agreed that even though because April's still on this front, like she's really for black love, but whatever, we'll take her at face value for this point. She was the black love advocate, and then Harrison was like define, go date who benefits you advocate. Fine, they have a right to those points. My point is they came and they said at the end of the day they were black women first. And so it doesn't matter. They can still coalesce around black womanhood. These would be the same people that would then turn around, both of them, and then say that black men should not be black men first as far as a brotherhood. So we're supposed to throw Kobe under the bus because you fucking mad that he didn't pick you. And then you notice how nobody puts out the narrative, the evidence that Kobe people forget. Like Brandy just came out and said, I don't know why she said this to be honest with you. I don't know what attention whoring thing got in her, but the point is she said, you go look it up. She stated that, they dated and basically they broke up. She broke up with him, for Mace. That's what she said. So now we can't say that Kobe just, got away from a black. You can't say he didn't try it, and you can't say he was the one that didn't like it. You can't say that. So Kobe was very serious as to what he wanted. And see, the thing about it is, as the black
Did they
women,
ask him why she chose Mace over Kobe?
yeah,
Did they
well,
ask her why
yeah,
though?
well, no, she volunteered it. She said that Mace, because she was really making statements. It wasn't that nobody was asking her for any of this shit. She
And
kind
then
of made.
did anybody go on social media? The same people attacking him, did they go on social media
Well, they
and
said because
ridicule
Mace
her
was big,
decision?
Mace was huge at that time, and they want to say well Kobe was unproven, but she said she thought Kobe was kind of corny. That's what she said,
Yeah, of course.
and
And these
and,
same
and I'm
people
like,
talking
okay,
today.
yeah, she has every right to think that, but and I know where she was fame wise and all of that, but at the same time, you know, um, Kobe has every right to deal with somebody that didn't think he was corny. And
Hmm.
that's what he got. See, what black women see, they see the looks. At the end of the day, they don't see that Kobe fucked up. Like, I'm not saying what he did. Like, I know he didn't rape that bitch, but
Of course not.
Kobe fucked her. Like, it happened. And
Hmm.
he had no prenup with her. So if she wanted to leave, she could have did it. She didn't. you
Right.
know so the reality is I'm not saying she give everything away to get her husband back, but if she had to give up like 75% of that shit or maybe 80% of that shit, she probably would if it will bring him back. As I know, because it's your daughter too, so anyway, but go ahead. Meet Dan Pharaoh.
Okay, so here's the thing. First off, all of these motherfuckers talking that shit. If Kobe would have, and they were unqualified, but let's say Kobe did give him a chance. Anybody talking shit on social media and all this shit, they'd have been with him for a while, got used to having the money, and they would have thought he was corny too. The problem is
Exactly.
that These bras sitting up here. You know what the real issue is? There's nobody out there. He doesn't have an ex-wife and baby mamas. You get what I mean? He chose
Mm-hmm.
right, and he chose right off the bat, and they weren't in. That's the issue. You see what we got with. You see what we got with your girl, Aisha Curry, and she was supposed to be the mom. And look, even she, and the moment she stepped up there and did some ratchet shit, what happened? All the people came to her damn defense,
Oh yeah, even though
circled around her.
I can't tell her she ain't that much different phenotypically than Kobe's wife
Thank you. And so my
or
thing is, first
Lundy.
off, none of these, and y'all know I'm gonna keep repeating it. Why haven't they gone that Serena yet?
They're not going to because she's a black woman. Rules of
There you go.
pro-black game. It only applies to black men. Obsidian.
There you go. Y'all go ahead. That's all I have.
Mm. And my whole thing is that like I said, is I keep alluding back to where Obsidian has said before. That's why he's a guilty pleasure, and he's something that needs to be daily
No,
reminded. But
some
it's
folks
like
love
they
them
want
freedom. Yeah, you
they
know.
they want this type of eunuch. Like if Brandy sat right here and dumped Kobe and act like is he supposed to stay there stagnant, have his money, and then when she get done with everybody, come back to him. Like, no, like that man has the right to go and find a female that's on his program. Point blank, period.
Yeah, and the thing about it is the other point of the argument is his mom, and this is that queen mother guy. This is why when people tell me the gynocracy isn't real, why would you have females say that a grown ass man, should give his money to his mother? If that's not the program that y'all operate on. So then when you start to put that together with like how these dudes are all like Mama, Zion, Kevin Durant, a lot of this shit, you're labor to them. And it's like a managerial
Mm-hmm.
slave class. And the point to that, and this is not just one person, you've heard a couple, a lot of people think this is the programming that's going on in their heads. So when you say, like Roger said that he can't tell the difference. Like there is no difference. You talk about black, because the question was asked to him, like, is black women, which one is worse, black women or white supremacy? And I'm like, you say that like that's two separate things. Like all of what black women can
They
do
all synonymous.
it's pretty much, well, it's all the black women to do is predicated on white supremacy. If white supremacy did not bankroll a lot of what they do, and that's been explored, I've explored how that is, they wouldn't be able to do it. This is why they can
Nope.
uniquely do things that other women can't do. That's number one. Number two, number three is, and then motherfuckers get mad, like, how dare you say that? But have you ever considered it? Have you ever? You just assume that's not true, but because they fall in love with their own pain. But the reality of the situation is that's why he started getting emasculated, and that's why I was alluding to when I was talking about if you emasculate somebody because you don't like the argument, and you a bitch, and you should be calling the fuck how old you are, and real fucking talk. They're talking about his maxi pad, even his period, and Roger is not like a allowed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I said you would never say that shit to somebody's face. You wouldn't, because
You
you
know.
be putting, if you got a husband, you be putting your husband in danger because then
You
he's
know.
gonna have to step in.
Mm.
You know.
And shout out to the
What.
angry man for calling that out. But go ahead, Meech.
What. I can't. I don't know your name there, bro. But one. You said something just a moment ago, and I was thinking about that yesterday. Here's what I believe they think they want optimally. There would be one quote unquote alpha. There would be 2 to 4 bucks, and then everybody else would be units. What they're looking for is basically modified slavery. 16 dudes that are eunuchs that don't do anything but supply them with
No,
resources and
Yep.
labor, and
you're,
then
you're
and then they have a couple, but then they have one, and they're and if you look at society, they're doing a damn good effort at trying to work their way to that.
well, you're
Queen
absolutely
Queen
right.
of the Dam. Yep. Go ahead.
And this is why they get mad when even dudes they consider corny, like Donald Glover and stuff, or even because technically Kendra Lamar is with a black woman, but she's light skinned. Like it's just sexual politics and shit, and this is what they think, and they try to make it pro black in order for you to engage. because they know if they really understood, if dudes really understood how black women think and they really accepted it. I'm not acting like I'm not, people always want to make this argument about SYSBM, and I check SYSBM, but this shit about people, oh, but they're elevating other races. Ain't nobody elevating other races. Motherfuckers are just saying this is how bad it is, and people are just making a comparison. Everybody knows.
Them.
And people talk about, well, you elevating other, like, come on, man. I mean, like, at the end of the day, I understand a lot of there are legitimate criticisms, and I understand those criticisms, but shit like this, oh man, shit like this need to be checked, because if you don't say nothing, then they just keep doing it. Like, and it's not about saying nothing the one time. It's about making the case to say, here's the pattern. Here's what I said before. Here's what's going on now. Like, it's a pattern. And I said this too. One of the best things about social media when it comes to trending events is it lets you see how people respond. It lets you see how people respond at the macro level. It's like the best social survey, because you can see how an aggregate of folks responded to Meghan Markle. The idea of this woman that's never claimed to be black, that did not use being black, and she didn't have to, because she didn't use being black in Hollywood. And it is a thing about, if you phenotypically don't really look like one thing, it can fuck you up sometimes, because other people that can fit those roles, and it's so hyper competitive. Even Vin Diesel talks about that. Like, if it wasn't for like Pitch Black, like, and Fast and Furious, he would have had a career. And a lot of people don't know there's a lot of shit he did before that. People be thinking these motherfuckers just be breaking out of nowhere. No. There's a lot of shit he did before that. And motherfuckers still don't know what Grace Vin Diesel is, especially after this last trailer. Anyway,
The Rock.
Well, yeah, most people know what The Rock is. The Rock can he looks enough. It's funny because he's like on the other side of that phenotypical thing, where he can kind of do a lot of different sides. So he's actually on the benefactor side of that, because he looks enough like one thing, and then obviously the charisma and all of that. But still, he be trying to act like he's from Texas and shit. Talk about, yeah, son, yeah, boy. I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Like, you Samoan. Samoans don't talk like that. You Samoan and you black. You ain't, man. Shut up. But it is what it is. Like, I be wanting to take Tyrese's side, but Tyrese be doing stupid shit sometimes. So I be like, damn, man. But so I be like, really stupid. Yeah. So it's like he ain't like Rock. No, not to step in it. But hey, that might be that WWE shit. But I mean, but my thing is, I'm just, and that's true. You got people that, it's like people want to say what they want to say when it's convenient. So at the end of the day, man. Okay, let's talk about this Gayle King shit. So we got Gayle King. Gayle King has a history. Gayle, you got Gayle. Okay, so here's these fucking names today. Oprah's the leader. You got Gayle. You got Shonda Rhimes. You got fucking Ava DuVernay. I mean, these are just the ones off top that's actually got some bread and gets the work. You got others. Fucking, what's her name, bitch from Insecure? She's kind of on the low level of that.
Issa Rae.
Those are the up and comers. Her and fucking Janelle Monáe. I don't wish her ill will. I know she got like food poisoning with fish and mercury, and that's some serious shit. But any other day, I'd be calling her a bitch too, because she on that. I hate black men so much. I don't even deal with it. So I ain't trying to y'all anyway. So she on that. But you got this whole group, and they keep on taking pot shots. And when dudes reach back, and then don't even get me started on Lee Daniels and all them motherfuckers that's under all that. And then you got like really Tyler Perry, that he's kind of in that, but not really in it. He's kind of like his own kind of thing, but he still kind of draw power from it. You know what I'm saying? But he don't be doing fuck shit on his own. So it's like, people kind of like always put him on the person of interest list, the suspect list, but he don't never get thrown because he ain't done shit like that. You got Oprah. They basically had to drop off the Russell Simmons like documentary. People forget that she got so much heat because she went at somebody that he ain't even known for saying shit about black women. He just do his shit and he's quiet, and it doesn't matter. That's why when people keep talking about if you elevate somebody, that's a fucking lie. These women, if you get enough money, will reach down and grab your ass. Like
Mm-hmm.
I remember with Luke Cage. I remember when Wendy Williams went out of her way. Alfre Woodard was sitting right there. She has been with a white man for 20 fucking years. Ain't nobody that said shit. She has been a poor woman's look. She's more decorated than Viola Davis as far as an actress. They're at the same level, but she's kind of a poor woman's Viola Davis. I'm just saying as far as star power. I'm not shitting on her because I know she's in Broadway, but I'm just saying if you don't want to pay Viola Davis because her star is so up there right now, it's like all right, I ain't trying to pay all that, but I want that kind of Viola Davis shit. All right, get Alfre Woodard. That's what it is. I'm not playing her. She gets her money. But the point is, she's been married to a white man for 20 years, and you ain't heard a peep out of
Mm-hmm.
nobody. She was
And
sitting
they did.
right there by I forget his name. That played Luke Cage. It's like escaping me right now. And Wendy Williams about, oh, so what about this white woman you've been with? That white woman's been with him since like the beginning. And he said, yo, I come out of the 80s, man. I wasn't getting talked about like that because they act like these dudes are like these dudes. They've always been these dudes,
Right.
and they
Mm-hmm.
forget. Same thing with Ghost, dude from fucking Power. They get mad.
Yep.
Amari Hardwick. You heard me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he came from the same homeless shelter that I came over on Task Force on Peachtree and Prime,
Oh
because you know he's
wow.
from Atlanta. So yeah, we still got pictures of him. He's like literally, he's like him, MF, the rapper from back in the day, MF Doom. All of them, we called them like alumni there, and everybody, every black man, they come and share their stories. And my thing is that they, like I said, they stuck with the women that fuck with them. That's what nobody's not understanding. And my thing is, is that if you have an issue with that, then all I can say is that at the end of the day, you just have a narcissist entitled like complex, and it's just really toxic, and nobody really talks about. Well, they do now. They talk about the toxic femininity. It's just rampant out here, man.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like that they don't want to face that mirror. They don't. Oh my bad. They don't want to face that mirror. That's really what it is. And I told BGS this. They're gonna try to deny. Yeah, Mike Coulter. Yeah, Mike Coulter. Deny and shout out because he's getting work. Deny. Forever. And it's just man, like for real.
Mm-hmm.
This is why when people come at me talk about I don't know what you're doing or why is this going on, it's like you ain't paying the fuck attention, and that's not my fucking problem. Like and I'm gonna keep it real with you, as the black females would say, I'm here for it, because the reality of the situation is the more they do this, the more they really expose what motherfuckers have been saying. That's what they don't understand.
Yep.
Like, what
Yep.
my thing is, what is the fucking objective with you doing this? Do you really think you're gonna keep black men from doing what's in their best interest? Do you really believe that? The sisters that know how to act are not gonna have a problem. But the ones that don't know how to, do you really believe that this is gonna keep dudes from already leaving? Do you really believe this is gonna bring dudes back? Do you like what is this supposed to do? You think any other race gives a fuck? These women don't give a fuck about you. You lucky these Hispanic women are chomping at the bits to replace these women on TV and all that shit. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll take men too. Because at the end of the day, yeah, oh yeah, Gina Torres. Yeah, Gina Torres. My point is, I see it. Like they had what was that? Bryan Cranston, Tracy Ellis Ross with that the Shining commercial. See, people didn't talk about that. Who's the
Oh
daughter of
yeah.
Diana Ross?
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got no problem with her, but nobody don't be saying, oh, she ain't black. Even with that blackish thing, they playing. It's this selective bullshit.
Yep.
It
Mm.
it
And then
really
not,
is.
man, what you're really looking at here, dude, is hey, uh, they've been getting away with something for a long time. See, this isn't a system that black women set up. That's not their thing, is setting up systems. So they had a little power by proxy for a long time. And black men were trying to fight because we thought they were on our team as well. So as a group, we're collectively trying to fight, not trying to separate. You always had a couple of people here and there, right? But now that we know, And it's not hey, you know, where we think we know. No, we know through experience. Fuck what they put in books and everything else. We lived it. And even when we go to books, we're hearing people tell stories just like ours. We're hearing people come on to Dr. T. Hassan's channel and talk about how they got fucking legally wrecked and emotionally wrecked by these women, no matter how hard they tried, right? So,
Well, I'll say this too. I'll say this too because they were talking about the Hispanic women. There's gonna be a war. You think the white woman? There's gonna be a war between black women and Hispanic women. That's already brewing. You done heard America Ferrera say some slick shit, and a lot of women been saying some slick shit. They've been throwing some shots across the bow as far as Hispanic women. You know, they just tried to check Oprah over immigrant book. Shout out to Tour Battle for
yeah,
putting that out there. And they are a significant buying power population. And quite frankly, like you got to realize they're going to start moving away from black people. They're doing it first politically, and
yep,
economically they're going to start. You know, economically they're going to start doing it too. And quite frankly, black women got the most shit to lose. Black men are already homeless as a motherfucker. You saw
Yep.
that shit with the Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. They will code up and they will bring their men along because
absolutely.
yeah. I'm the one that dubbed the term genetic gentrification. That's what a lot of motherfuckers are not understanding, and that's why when Ramil keep talking about, and shout out to Ramil, but I didn't agree with this when he said it on his platform with BGS when he talk about, oh well, you know, other races are going to get mad and they're gonna know they're not, because the reality is black women have been fucking black men. Like that's a lot more sanctioned than black men fucking white women. So the reality is, you know, if you're a black man, and I'm not saying you should do this because I'm not gonna do this, but if you're a black man and you're cool with being absorbed in the Latin culture, like you're cool with your kids being absorbed into that, which is not a bad thing. I'm just saying that's a choice that you know, it is what it is. My point is, you know, they're not gonna care if you're a net positive.
Yeah,
They will make you an exception. Kobe Bryant is like the perfect example of that. Kobe Bryant was an
Yep.
exception because of, you know, they looked at him through his life. Now here's the funny thing about it. Have you heard any Latin people say anything negative about Kobe Bryant?
Hell
nope,
no.
not one.
So yeah, so the point is, if you're bringing something into their community, then you're like, remember, I've always said, I'm telling y'all this. There's a difference between how you're treated as an individual and how you're treated as an individual and how you're treated as a group. Just like there's a difference between fucking with people from an individual standpoint and fucking with people from a group standpoint. Those are two completely different things. And a lot of people don't understand those dynamics. So yeah, you may have somebody that feels some type of way, but the reality is if it's a millionaire, you got to remember, they like, okay, I ain't even saying you got to be a millionaire. If you're an upwardly mobile guy, the reality is if that woman wants you, yeah, they may feel some type of way about it, but is that the price of bringing wealth into that family? And then they know them kids are probably going to stay Latin anyway. That's the thing about Latins is they can go cross racial and still call it the same shit. Yeah, a lot of people don't
Yeah,
understand how big Kobe Bryant is in the Latin community. Um,
Oh, very big.
and quite frankly, this is doing nothing but kind of an advertisement because they, you know, and that's one thing Ramil didn't don't understand about that. They're not gonna want your worst, but they got no problem getting your best. That's called genetic gentrification because it's not gonna be enough of them to overwhelm the whole population, especially with lags who stay fucking and stay having kids. They're having more kids than anybody. So some top tier dudes, you know, I ain't even saying Kobe's, but like dudes that are making like 60, 70,000 is getting it. They're not, I mean, obviously you're going to have individual spats, and I'm not advertising for anything. I'm just saying it is what it is. You know, it is not like it's simple and cut and dry as people were trying to say. And that's what you're really seeing with that Kobe thing. It's kind of an example of you went with that bitch and you gave that bitch all that wealth and blah blah blah, and you could have gave your mom. It's like, dude, it's like you don't understand what is it, like real talk. What incentive? What other than race? What argument can you really
can we
make?
please address the fact that they don't give a fuck about his mama? These bitches don't care about Kobe
No, they
Bryant's
don't. They don't
mother.
even. They don't
They
even.
never
They don't
met
even
her.
know.
They haven't
They don't even
erected
know.
any shrines to her.
They
But
don't even know the
that,
situation.
I,
They
you know
don't
what you
know.
haven't even seen? you haven't even seen an outpouring of you haven't even seen an out where it's like, hey, 1.5 million black women got together and created some sort of fucking social media shrine for his mother. Hey,
Because
we wish you the best. We're sorry for your loss.
they're just making point. They're just making arguments because they're making
Thank you.
arguments, and you're seeing a lot. You're seeing a lot, and by the way, as usual, the biggest advertisers of black female fuckery is black women because this is shit they're
Absolutely.
doing. Like they're going out of their way to now. Obviously, you got these white bitches that are being white bitches. I get all. I see that, and they got checked too. People call for that the job of that woman. You ain't really heard nobody call for Gayle's job, but people have called for the job of that white bitch who said that nigger thing. You've heard that. So this idea that white women get a pass, I mean, that's a narrative they want to craft. They can go ahead and craft it, but that's not the case.
Exactly.
Dudes want to be goofy. If dudes want to be goofy and be have a blind spot to any woman, then that's on them. But that's not really this idea that motherfuckers are always elevating other races. Another thing too with the
That's bullshit.
SYSBM thing, this shit is complete. Like people keep looking at a fucking acronym. This shit, man, this shit existed way before SYSBM called itself a thing. You know, a lot of this stuff has just been more underground, and people don't really want to see that. They want to point at this thing and say this is what it is. And no, it's a lot of everything doesn't go on YouTube. Like
Nope.
you can go look at the black and all black geekdom dudes don't do this, but you can look at a lot of black geekdom dudes, especially if they're in the anime sector, and they with nothing but white women and Asian women. If they're particularly in the
Mm-hmm.
anime sector, like so, this idea that you gotta be in a manosphere and you gotta declare some shit. No, that people just are doing them. They're saying this is what I like. I'm gonna gravitate towards the people that are like-minded. They don't need some kind of acronym to tell them to do that. We just decided to talk about that because that's an evolution of the shit that we've been talking about. Like a lot of these arguments have been made like 40 years ago, and they're coming back, and people are kind of like, and I get it. People don't know what they don't know, but you know, at the end of the day, man, you know, if I was talking to my cousins, I would be like, so what are you gonna do? What benefit? And they get they never can answer. They always get this fake outrage. I would even pose a question. So what
Uh-huh.
benefit do black men have? Like really making a comparison. What benefit do black men have sticking in the black community? And they'd be like, I'm like, you can't even make the argument. I'm like, you coming from the standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
I
Why?
appreciate black men.
Because it's not
Like the
about us
point is,
having a benefit.
you can't even make the argument. So I mean, if you can't make the argument, like if we would have reversed this, if we would have reversed this, what bit like well, you know, I can say the same thing in reverse. Yeah, and if you can say that, I'm telling you right now, you should leave. Well, do
There you
you
go.
care about? It's not about me not caring about my race. You know, it
See,
can't
they
be
don't care
100.
about the race. They don't
Yeah,
give a
y'all
fuck
need to
about
stop
the
that.
race.
And I know you don't. Yeah, because I said I know y'all don't because y'all got all these exceptions. Like y'all want to
Thank you.
say that because y'all ain't got nothing else to say.
Mm-hmm. None of the benefits, but all the sacrifice. That's the name motto.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what? These motherfuckers, what they'll do is they'll try to slow you down to the point where they try to slowly make their damn way out, and you end up here by your goddamn self. Like, hey, I thought this was gonna be the house we were gonna take care of together, and they slide that shit off on you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. On some nigga shit.
Uh huh.
So anyway,
Uh huh.
before I end this, because like I said, I didn't want to make this too long. Have y'all seen that Saw um the new
I
Saw
still have
shit?
I
I
heard
still
of it.
haven't
I ain't
seen the
seen it yet.
trailer.
You
I'm gonna
got to see
watch it
the
while.
I'll
trailer.
look it up when we get off.
That shit funny as hell, man. Like, see, man, I don't want to ruin it because you know Samuel L. Jackson said something. It's like this is a Saw movie, so this is gonna be. Look, it may be. I don't think it'll be scary, but it seems like it's gonna be like a Saturday Night Live thing. The movie, no, it's not. It's not supposed to be that.
Oh,
No, it's not
right.
supposed to be that. But we got to think. You got Chris Rock in there, and you got Samuel L. Jackson in there, and you know how these personalities are. So you know this is gonna be a classic. You know, if you put a black person in this situation, how would it happen? I think it's gonna be funny like that. So I'm curious to see how. I'm definitely gonna see it. Because you know it's gonna be good because Chris Rock is executive producer, so he ain't just acting in it. So
Oh, okay.
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 Well, I'll say this before I get off of here. I'm gonna say this about this SYSBM. I went and read. I pulled up the tenants. I only got the chance to read the first one so far, and it seems that that SYSBM is and there's no anti-black female relationships on there. I'm gonna say this so that anybody listening can get this. The acronym, this name, right? I'm gonna say, save yourself, black men. Never mind. I'm not claiming to be a part of the group or whatever the hell that is. Here's what I'm gonna say: is that the context of that I'm taking as do what it takes to remove yourself from this culture. I didn't say from black women. I didn't say from Western women. I said from the culture. You're gonna have some black women that don't rock with this culture like that either, right? Those are kind of women you should be seeking. You're gonna have are in, but saying that it's not good and want to do something different and are working on it. Not just gonna tell you it, but you can see that they're working on it. Those women are good to go. The problem is the women who either know it's fucked up and refuse to let go of it, or can't let go of it, are predisposed with other prioritizing other shit over letting go of this culture or cleaning up the culture, like a BGS said, right? So everything else takes priority over that, and a lot of times you'll see why their children grow up fucked up, even if they got a damn master's degree and they got all this corporate office shit, but their life is in fucking shambles. So that's the way I look at SYSBN.
Absolutely. My thing is do you, because at the end of the day, you're accountable to you. That's what it is.
Absolutely,
But I will
absolutely.
say this too, and another fun fact. You remember Jesse Smollett?
Yep.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
smell it.
You
Yeah.
know the movie coming out, Bird of Prey?
Mm-hmm.
You know that light skinned chick that plays Black Canary?
Yeah.
Guess whose sister that is?
Who?
That's Jesse Smollett's sister.
Oh.
And her name is like Burnett something Smollett. So yeah,
Oh. Okay.
you know that family got
Interesting.
that family got lucky because it's like Jesse fucked up the money, so they might be able to get some reprieve. Because if any, for what people try to say is they try to say they ain't gonna throw Margot Robbie on the bus, but they say that the other two did a good job. It's just they ain't getting enough screen time, and so that's a good sign because if anything, and by the way, she is married to a black dude, AO's FBA black dude. She's 33, but she'll probably get like a
Oh, okay.
TV show or some shit. But I ain't saying to see the movie because no, I ain't seen that bullshit. But
All right,
that
man.
was
Well, I'm
just a
gonna
good
head
little
out, but
fun
y'all take
fact.
it easy.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah,
All right.
Pharaoh, you want to do some last words and then for you out.
Okay. Yeah, I do some last words. At the end of the day, the cat is out the bag. Brothers will go and do them. I mean, SYSBM. Uh, in general, men have been doing this really can go all the way back to hundreds of years. I mean, we just pretty much called it a name, and it's not going to stop. The train is already rolling, and pretty much with the environment shifting, more brothers going to continue to do them. You already see it with the Generation Zs. They already dating interracially like it's no joke. Like they doing it like second nature. So that's pretty much in the direction where it's going. And at the end
Yeah.
of the day, black men continue to support each other. And I'm glad celebrities like Snoop Dogg, and because that was funny as hell when he said to Gayle King, and the rest of the Black Hollywood, they came after Gayle King
I
because
mean,
the time is up.
yeah, and this idea, and what kills me, and because this motherfucker put a reply, and I'm about to read that shit. This is what kills me. Everybody know that all these NBA players, like 80%, 85% of them that are black, mama
Hmm.
get that money. We know the majority of reason why a lot of these players go broke. A big reason for that is money going through the family. We know this.
Oh yeah, 30 for
We
30
know
on ESPN showed that.
we
Yeah.
know this, but we're not even talking about married to black women yet. But we're gonna play this game, and I can tell you, and when I ask black women, I ask them like, what percentage of black men in NBA do you think are married to black, or if they are married or are with black women? They act like it's 30%. It's actually the reverse. It's actually like 70%. But so it's all
Hmm.
perception. And the reason why I said that because this chick. This is what the fuck. Come on, bring it up. She mentioned like, say what you want. When a black person creates hundreds of millions of and even $1 billion, and little to none of it goes to his bloodline, that's a big problem. Okay, so technically it did go to his bloodline. It's called his fucking his fucking kids who all are girls. His blood when it's not supposed to go. Money is not supposed to move up. It's supposed to move down.
Move down. Exactly.
But what? Oh, by the way, do you know how much Kobe's parents are worth?
I think they parent Joe Brown, I think was like close to like what 30, 35 million?
They're worth like 50, 60 million.
Okay.
So they're not hurting.
No, I know that because I told this one lady. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, because I told this one lady, I said, you do know who his father was. And she was like, no. I'm like, he played with the 76ers, with Henry Bibby, Mike Bibby, who's a former NBA player too. His father, Dr. J, Daryl Dawkins, Moses Malone. That was the lineup.
And by the way, they had nothing to say about that with you notice I ain't got nothing to say with Robert Smith. Robert Smith's first wife was mixed. Like was black and white, you know, a typical 92. And she got a lot of money from not a lot of money. I think it was amicable based on their situation and the kids. But see, they don't pay attention to that. So anyway, she said billion, none to his bloodline. That's a big problem. Black economics suggests we circulate the black dollar in our stores, business, and communities. Generational wealth isn't just for the future heirs, it is for the black immediate family. No, that's not fucking true, you dumb bitch. That is not true. Like that, you do not owe. Like, that's not what that's about. That's not what that's about. Like, and I noticed how she just talked about circling through businesses, and she translated that. See that. Think of what she just said, and think of that 30 for 30 of how these niggas get broke over giving money to mom.
Giving mom, exactly.
You're making money and you're passing through a culture of people that don't know how to keep money. So you go to the white man. You literally got one bus stop before the bitch get the money get to the white man. That's the only difference.
It's kind of like
starting business with that money. Anyway, my bad. Go ahead.
You good. It's kind of like what you said. You know, women thinking income, men thinking wealth. So, and what in their eyes, to be honest, really, it's money that they don't have, so they don't, so they can't even blow it. That's all that it is. They want to blow the money that Kobe has that they can't even have access to buy whatever type of freaking spending that you know that black women like to spend on. It's like I said, it's just selfish, narcissistic entitlement mentality.
Because I could be like, all right, you tell that to Shaq and Shawnee. You tell that to fucking Kevin Garnett. Bitch, please. You tell that to Nicole Murphy. Bitch, please. Anyway, let me finish this. We aren't talking about divvying up an average man's wealth. Well, shit, you could have fooled me. A meager $50K if he's lucky. We are talking about hundreds of millions of dollars and billions of dollars. This is by far one of the biggest L's, and KB being a great entertainer doesn't change that he has to rest with this huge L. Sad part, he probably thinks it's okay. His parents and siblings end up with nothing. Hold on, let me respond to this dumb.
I'm like, his parents end up with nothing. You not even know who this man's father is. Like, I hate when people comment on shit and you don't know the background. Like, this man grew up with the affluent family. Like, come on, this man Kobe went overseas, man. I'm like, the parents are not hurting.
You actually know what Kobe's parents are worth. You sound like they were from the hood. You do realize his dad was a pro basketball player, right?
That's like saying Stephen Curry didn't pass his money down and his parents are fucked up, not knowing that his dad, Dale Curry, was shooting threes with the Charlotte Hornets. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, and their money's had time to grow.
Exactly.
Like, let me see. Let me hold on because I want to make sure I get this. Joe Bryant. Yeah, I mean, and you can tell she don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Like my thing, like we can talk about wealth, but the problem is, why are you worried?
Mhm. You know
Oh,
who
I
also gets
I
screwed the
don't
most
believe
is past.
that. They talk about he's worth 130 million. I don't know if that's true. Worth like 40. I'm gonna say 40 million bucks. What are you talking about? But your uninformed opinion. I ain't gonna say that because then that's gonna trigger her to run her mouth.
Matter of fact,
But
boxers get screwed the most with their monies, pass it down to families too. I don't think that gets talked about that well much. It used to get talked about back in the day. Professional boxers, like look at what happened to Tyson. Look what happened to even Tommy Hitman Hearns. That man, he spent 80% of his wealth giving it to his mom and his father because they did because he came from the
no,
streets and stuff. So
yeah, absolutely. And at the end of the day, man, a lot of times these hoes don't know what the fuck they talking about. They play pro black on TV, like because real talk. If I invited her on here and then we had an actual conversation about this shit, she's gonna be like, I don't understand. Well, first of all, Kobe's one man. Number one. Number two, the only reason why you care is because the only reason why you care, quite frankly, is because she's Hispanic. Because Michael Jordan, Juanita Jordan got a lot of money out of him. This is not this, all the black girl magic and shit like that. The way y'all make it sound like y'all are doing better than us. So I don't understand why y'all so in y'all feelings. Like these dudes do not owe you shit. And even the suggestion of he should give his money to his mom, only a black woman would say that. I'm gonna say that just straight like that. That is only something you would hear from African American female. That is some unique shit that you would say. That do you understand how gynocratic that shit sounds? For why should it go to his mom? First of all, his dad's still alive. What the fuck makes it his mom? Well, no, I meant his parents. No, you meant it how you said it the first time. Don't try to clean that shit up now. His dad was still alive.
Exactly.
His mom wouldn't have shit if it wasn't for his dad. His dad made fucking money. What the fuck you talking about? And by the way, and I would say just like this. And by the way, why the fuck would I give somebody to a bitch that fucking sold my shit? Like why the fuck? Well, that don't matter. That's being petty. Yeah, exactly.
Petty, exactly. Being
The fuck,
petty.
like, what you talking about? You actually make it sound like giving the money to her would mean it would go to other black people. Are you serious?
No.
You're stupid. By the way, and I would say, I'm about to say, you want to make that argument? All right, you make that argument. Let's look at black women and their wealth. Oh, it's in the negative. Let's look at their spending power. That's the only power they have. What are you spending on? Entertainment, hair, clothes. Like fucking and how much of that goes to the black fucking community? Are you fucking serious? I would argue black men, at least when black men get their hair cut, that goes back in other black men. I would argue that black men are much better at re-putting money back in the community than actually sisters are. Let's keep that right. So I mean, but see what happens with these females, especially when they're on people that I kind of know, like real life no, is if I go deep like this and I bring that manosphere heat on their ass, they start it's like a computer that starts malfunctioning. They can't handle that because they never we forget that a lot of the receipts and shit we bring, they never. This is what a lot of y'all got to understand. And I'm going to say this, and I mean what I say. I want the audience, y'all, to understand this. The shit, I would say 75% of the stuff we talk about in the manosphere, y'all are used to it because this is what y'all hear. It has never been considered. The thought has never entered the minds of a lot of people in the real, quote unquote, real world.
Yep.
to the point where it's been presented to them to the point they have to answer it. This is why I like
Exactly.
asking. Yep, this is why I like asking open-ended questions. So if I would have asked her like about black women passing money around or black people as a market, because that's Kobe is fucking what 600 million deep. The black spending power is fucking over $1 trillion. What he does is a drop in the bucket. What about all these other guys like Magic Johnson, like Baron Davis and well, really Jamal Mashburn, not Baron Davis, that have malls? What about Shaq that has malls? Guess what? Shaq probably could have did more. Who you think is investing more in the black community? Shaq or Shawnee?
Shaq.
Shaq has invested massive amounts of infrastructure as far as commercial real estate in Newark. But he would have more money to do so if Shawnee wouldn't have took his fucking money and basically investing in rotting out black culture with the love and hip hop or the real basketball.
Really which that's running out.
Bullshit. That sparked a lot of that bullshit. That love and hip hop, that Real Housewife shit. That started. And that ain't nothing. And by the way, you think that shit's blackity black? How black do you think that shit is now? How black do you think it's been? Those aren't all black women are on that shit. And they weren't even really married. So the point is, but see, you start bringing receipts and going in and in and in, they start just getting flustered because they've never considered the stuff you're talking. So if I hit you with like 4 things your brain has never considered, it's gonna give you a fucking headache.
Exactly. And this is why I did, and I'm glad BG has said this. He was like, on YouTube, we are literally like 5 to 7 years ahead of the real world. I presented like this argument where I was talking about dating, mating relationship to this female that I was talking to. And I was telling her the main thing about it is about proximity. And she looked at me crazy. She was like, wait, what Essence magazine did you read that out of? I never heard of that. I said, I didn't read that out of no Essence magazine. You're not even going to see that in no Essence magazine.
No, hell no.
As a matter of fact, they're not even going to tell you.
Hell no, because Essence magazine, hell no. They talk about Essence magazine, bitch. We got something called it. Like it's a university compared to that bullshit, honestly, I'm gonna keep it all the way real. I'm surprised that you could probably make a hell of a lot of money mining out of the manosphere and on some Derrick Jackson shit and plagiarizing and just taking shit and then turning into articles. You know how much money that dude could do? Like the dude that owns Essence could really do. And like he could really be doing that. That the shit that we say from 5 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I say stuff like this. Like I've had motherfuckers, they sit there and they try to defend like LGBT shit, and they're not even gay. And I'm like, do you even know what the fuck is coming out of your mouth? Like, have you ever really mapped out what you're talking about? And you don't realize because I've been on here for like so long. That they've never considered. You can tell. Oh yeah, here you go. Hold on. Oh, like boy, that I'm seeing. Hold on. I want to see if they're gonna say it. See if you can hear it. Hold on. Say it. Hold on. Damn, they ain't gonna say it. You guys see the trailer. I'm kind of glad. Well, fucking Samuel Jackson, boy. But yeah, man, they've never considered what some of the shit. And I'm talking about basic shit that we've said. And it's funny because I'd be like, y'all just don't see it. Yeah, proximity. What do you mean? I'm like, yeah, but because they're focused on the moment, they're not looking at the macro, and that's why I say y'all. From top down, y'all are looking right in front of your face, and y'all are looking at your own immediate circle, and that's the community to you. So, I don't know nobody that acts like that. I don't know this because that's your immediate circle. Like,
exactly.
Just like how Jessica was talking about, oh man, they don't care if it's feminine. You're in California. Once I realized that's ground zero for interracialism. That's ground fucking zero. So, I mean, if you're in California, you're one of the hardest dating markets for black women because off gates, you're outnumbered. You got Asian women that's coming. You got these chicks that are getting more Americanized. You got these Indian women that starting to use soap. And I'm not saying that to play them. What I'm saying is they start eating a little bit of meat. So their skin is more tight, on them. So now you got like basically a white bitch that looks melanin. You know, like don't let Indian women start to get right and they start like trying to act like white chicks and actually start working out or they start eating, protein shit. It is because they don't gotta eat meat to do that. It's game over and they get rid of curry smash shit. And I'm gonna tell you, I know the one a lot of these Indian women in Houston, it's over. It's over. Like
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
y'all like and they sitting here and what's killing them is their reputation. But anyway, yeah, they've never considered half the shit we talk about. That's why y'all should just, I tell people offline, y'all should just fuck with people with the information y'all hear from here. Just throw it out there and just see what they say.
Yep. That's why I said we are like if you literally take the information that you take from the manosphere, from you, BGS, Ramil, Fantastic, they'll think you a borderline genius, man. They will literally because we are 5-7 years ahead of them. That's why I will go ahead and say what you think that 60% of black communities gonna be gone, and Sigma said 80. I say 85 because it's literally that many people that really don't know the things that say. It's like the people who's in this gynocratic matriarchy. Everything is just tunnel vision straight in their face. That's why they do shit on autopilot.
Yeah.
And my thing is because of that will be your downfall for what's coming in the future.
I mean, I don't know how these hoes don't know what the wall is at this point. Like you try to explain. I mean, the wall is basically once you get 35, your value goes down. If you don't believe that, just look at any chick that's 35 and older. I mean, what are you talking about? Because dudes can always go younger. If you don't understand that, then I don't know what else to tell you. But even this, the one that I like to ask more than anything, I'd be like, do you think the black community is a gynocracy? And they don't know how to answer it. And then I'll say, okay, let me frame it this way. Name me one thing that black men can compel black women to do. One thing. And then they'll be like, okay, name, and then I'll give them a couple of things. White men can make white women do. Hispanic men can make Hispanic women do. So I said, okay, now name me one thing black men can compel. And then if the smart ones will try to say, well, if a black man is this and a black woman is that. Here's the funny thing, though. It doesn't matter because that comes back to you do it because you want to do it. So therefore, how can you have? It's like you saying you blaming me for what a car with when I'm not even driving it. You can't have it both ways. So, but they never. Or a good one I love to ask is, do you pick the father for your children?
Yep.
Like these are things that are not really abrasive questions on the surface, but they do expose how you think. And they freeze because they really, again, they never considered it. And when the brain has never considered a thought, it's very hard to lie. It's very hard to lie because it never considered it. So it doesn't know, it's kind of like if somebody were to tell me, so I remember the first time somebody asked me to sell me this pen. Nigga, I didn't know what the fuck to say. It was the first sales job I ever went for. I didn't know what the fuck to say. I just walked out and fucking because I said you got me. Fuck, you got me. But I made sure I learned. I made sure I researched that shit. I said never again. But that's because I knew to do it. This is why I keep telling dudes. Shout out to Marco. I'm like, if you go overseas, this is why when I hear niggas talk about going overseas, they talk you dating whores. I'm like, you had the same niggas. I'm not talking about Ramil. I'm talking about Jap. You had the same niggas talking about you're dating whores, but you're saying, dude, you're out of the Midwest.
West, that's whore city out the
motherfucker. I swear, the Midwest has. I hate to say this but the Midwest has the lowest quality black women as an aggregate group of all the regions. Well, hold on, is that not true?
That's facts. My dad from South Shore, so I would know.
As an overall report card, and quite frankly, some of the most redneck black women are going to come out of the Midwest. It's more black women than it is, and I'm speaking facts. I'm not saying
you are.
Like it's more redneck black women coming out of industrialized Midwest than it is coming out of the fucking South. Like real fucking talk. It's close, but it's
my god!
I live in Ohio. I know what these fucking motherfuckers are doing in these states. I know what that shit's about. So I know what they doing.
They come down here in Atlanta, you can see that shit straight through because
So
Atlanta matriarchal as
the
hell.
fucking
So
NBA. People talk about it's the NBA. This is the big leagues. I'm like, no. You can't compare. You can't even compare America in its regions. America has what 5 regions? You got the Northeast, the South, which is the Southeast, the West Coast. Then you got the Midwest, and
Midwest and Southwest.
yeah. And I would actually argue the industrialized Midwest, but really ain't nobody in the greater Midwest as far as black. So the industrial Midwest would be the Midwest. So if you look at those regions and compare them to other regions like the UK or that's not a great comparison. You have to compare dating markets city by city. So the best, so the big league dating markets in America would be LA, Miami, and New York. Those would be because those are the places where good looking women gravitate to. So it's an over concentration of really good looking women. So I'm not saying those are the only cities. You got second tier cities. You got cities you could argue Chicago, Houston,
Atlanta,
Vegas, and even Atlanta. But I think Atlanta is overrated. Real talk. I think Atlanta
I'm gonna be honest because I'm from here and shit. And I'm like, it really is. That's why I say it's really like 92 land. And when people, I broke down BGS to somebody else.
You got
and they
women doing a lot of business. And I'm not saying there's ugly black women there, but I think a lot of what made Atlanta great, Atlanta's kind of lost its soul, man. What made it too many fucking wannabe 92. Every bitch thinks
Yep. Exactly. Any bitch that got a regular education that graduated from Georgia State, Clark, Atlanta.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Philly and Atlanta, as far as black women, are pretty neck and neck. The problem is the Philly women, they got much more of a worse attitude. That's their problem. Their problem is not so much how they look. Their problem is they're fucking bitches. And I'm gonna say that, man. You could ask a chick what time it is, and she has an attitude with you when you legit want to know what fucking time it is. We like, bitch, I didn't ask. I don't want. You look good, but fuck, I needed to know what time it is. Fuck. So I was gonna ask you. Shit. Somebody don't like people trying to holler at you like that, like you getting that much attention. Fuck. But yeah. So if you compare those 3 cities to other cities, like Sao Paulo is not good. That's for business, but it's too like Rio or like Toronto. I'm not saying Toronto. I'm just saying city by city because Toronto's same size as Chicago. Or like Vancouver's heavily Asian. I'm not, Zurich, Berlin, Manila. That's where you say big leagues because you got to compare city to city because you're going to say all these women are whores because you're comparing the third world country. These cities are not that Manila is not that much different than New York. It's still a city. And if you've been there, motherfuckers be thinking the shit there's no such thing as luxury in Manila or that's so alien. No, if you're American, you'll probably be able to deal with the better things in these other cities than you would in your own city because cost of living. And but here's the thing, the quality is good. I had Thanksgiving on the balcony of a 34-story gorgeous building. I've got pictures to show this shit. Gorgeous building where we were overlooking the city, and it basically had the whole city had a gold outline. So when I literally had a background that I had for 2 or 3 years on my phone that had this gold. It because you see black and then the gold, the windows were gold and the outlet was almost like a neon gold outline thing. And that was what I took with just my phone because that was the outline. But see, people don't know shit like that. They're just looking at all the poverty, but they don't know there's a lot of luxury in these places too. And you know what? Fuck these third world places. If you go to Germany or you go to Zurich, which is the most expensive city in the world, and you go to these places now, you just want white pussy. So it's either you fucking whores or you want white pussy. You see, this is the fucking. I'm like, are you serious? Because I've gone to Manila. People don't understand in Manila, you got women that look like they're half black, half Asian, and you got women they look a lot more Oriental. They're a lot more lighter. They still don't have the eyes and shit like that, but they got the ass. You gotta remember, I'm short. So when you're dealing with chicks 4'11", 5'2", with fat asses, I'm like, hey, that's my shit. And if you're a black dude is like 5'10", 6 foot, they think you a basketball player. So they just
Oh
I
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
fuck
I'm
you
five
just
ten.
because.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
5'10" and
they
a
would
half.
literally
So
think
yeah,
you're a basketball player because the basketball players over there at best are like 5'8", 5'9", and those are the ones that play center. So you stick out like you are head and shoulders over everyone else, like head and shoulders.
mm,
And see,
mm.
I can kind of disappear because I'm lighter in skin tone, so you can't see me in a group unless you come right up to me. So it's kind of like I blend in. But no, because I went there with people, and I know you head and shoulders stuff. So you off gate, they like, oh my god, it's a black dude, and you know, and look, the military dudes get in, but a lot of people don't know. And the military base is 50 miles away from Manila. Subic Bay is 50 miles north of Manila. So you have to take a fucking raggedy ass bus to get all the way down because you're not driving. Because these motherfuckers drive like Sim City. Like they don't they
Mm-hmm.
do crazy shit. So you're not driving there. You're taking a raggedy ass bus all the way there. Like it's almost like a fucking journey. I know because I did it going to Subic Bay. Subic Bay ain't all that. Not anymore. Or at least by the time I went, whatever they were talking about, that shit was gone. And people will say,
Right.
well, you're just going in fucking horse. Yes, there's a street called Burgo Street that you can go and you can do that. But five streets up is where the clubs are of the women that don't do that shit. And these are normal clubs. Like you'll go in New York, you go into this, and these are normal girls. And you know,
My thing is even that's why I will pick up majority of my girls because I'm a former club promoter. So my thing is they'll fuck with you just be out of towner anyway. You don't even
the
really have
novelty,
to go.
the novelty. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, they don't even really. You don't really have to if you don't want to go on these streets like the red light district and all that to get it. Man, you go up in the club and you know you put on a great conversation and you know you are out of towner. You interested into them. So I'm like a lot of this stuff is speaking out of ignorance, especially when they talk about Germany. I'm like, shout out to brother Jay Sean Randoms. He said the first time because you know he's over there. The first time he got out that plane, he said the first 3 cars he seen was a Rolls Royce, a Ferrari, and a Bentley
Nigga,
out in
in
the parking
Korea,
lot.
they sell keys. Let me tell you niggas about something real quick, just so you understand how topsy-turvy shit is overseas. Nigga, in Korea, they sell kids for $50,000.
Exactly.
And I'm talking about ugly kids. I'm talking about the kids like, are you fucking it? That I would get clowned for even paying for them used here. We talk about them Kia SUV, not the Optimus. They sell them Kia SUVs for like $50K because it's
Oh yeah.
over there. A lot of y'all don't know that because that's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So stuff is similar, but it's different. So again, you can. And here's another thing too. A lot of these women are going to be a lot friendlier that you're dealing with. So you kind of cool down and you get easier at talking to females just because you're like, okay, these women ain't gonna go bitch. Even if they reject you, they're gonna like, I love you, bye. They're not gonna go bitch on you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you get used to say, oh, okay, I can talk to these bitches because they're not on some bad and bougie shit. Even if they're not necessarily dealing with you like that, as long as you ain't being on some following motherfucking shit, you can just go through the numbers and you just,
Exactly.
stuff like that. That's it. So it's not like this, like where the women got to get an ego boost, like because in these other countries they just want to have fun. Now maybe in the UK it can be like that too, because UK similar here, but it's not like that. They're just here to have a good time, and they're cool with everybody having a good time because of the atmosphere. So you can actually go to a club overseas, not fuck no bitch, and not feel like you failed because you can actually have a good time because they're gonna be cool. And I'm not talking about none of the red light districts or none of that shit. I've seen both. I've been to both. And I'm gonna tell you, there's a time and a place for both. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If you rent a yacht and decide to rent a yacht, and then you pull your money together, which what you niggas know about that shit, get a boat.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, we need some girls. We need some that we can just get them on here. That like this one, and then we get some people we can get around the way. But people don't know nothing about that. Like because
I think
whatever, man.
the only person I think who did that and pretty much she's being SYSBN was Taylor Made Dreams. when he throw his boat parties down there in Dominican Republic.
Yeah,
That's
he
the
does
only
it
one that I know.
consistently, but there's a lot of people like you can do that, and it's probably cheaper to do it probably in the Philippines. The problem with the
Oh yeah.
Philippines is distance. That's the problem with Asia. But like when you get these chicks that they you know you get some of the best looking ones, and they got a chest without a fake. Like, dude, man, please. A lot of these women, if they got here, these white dudes will scoop them up. And real talk, you know, them a lot of them Australians be because a lot of these dudes are international. So you deal with kind of an international class. So you deal with some black people, some not a lot of black people, some white folks. Because you know, a lot of these dudes are gonna be over here because of jobs, corporations, training, stuff like that. Either the job flew them out there. Like people don't know that. So when they talk, it's like, look, man, I'm not saying you can't have your opinion. And I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the overall thing. But this idea of people want to talk about the big leagues outside of LA, Miami, and New York. And then he's got like second tier, I'd say big leagues like Chicago and Houston. That's it. That's really it. I mean, you may be able to throw. I ain't gonna fuck Seattle. That's it. Maybe you could throw the Bay Area in there. That's it. That's it. Those are the big leagues. Everywhere else, it ain't all of that. And then you compare those city by city to other locations. That's when you want to talk, because when you go into a city, cities tend to have the same characteristics. They got rich areas, poor areas. I'm telling you. And if you from America, you're dealing more with the affluent areas anyway. Like there's places that you can't, like there's hotels where you have to put the toilet paper you wipe your ass with, that you take a shit and wipe your ass with, in a fucking waste basket. But then there's the hotels that cater to Americans where that water pressure works. And I'm gonna tell you, the
Right.
water pressure works so good. Have you all ever taken a shower, in an overhead shower, and that shit hits you like a massager, and the fucking hot water never runs out? So you can go in that bitch mad as fuck that your boss decided to try to act like he gonna make an example of you because you was 30 minutes late and not let you run your team. And you get through that fucking day, you turn that shower on, and like 25 minutes later, you come out like you got some brand new energy because that shit was
Boy.
massager and that water never stops being hot. We don't know nothing about that in America. They got that over there. Now they don't got that with the normal people, but they got that with and by the way, you know how much that hotel cost that I was in? Since people want to think it's really expensive, it was $125 a day. It's called the Picasso Hotel. They literally had paintings and shit. Man, dude,
Hey,
man.
Manila.
Yeah.
Where you was at?
It was
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the way the
Okay.
buildings are in Manila is the buildings are built curvy, so they wave with the street. They're not built plaza style like they are here, to where they're squared up, gridded up. They wave with the street, so the buildings are very, very close to the street. It's not really an efficient way to build shit, but it actually looks good. So I mean, people in South Korea in fucking Seoul is a lot stronger than Manila. Manila is not Tokyo. Manila is not Seoul. Manila be considered like kind of the lower key, kind of like the Latin American city. So again, and I've been to other places too. I mean, it ain't even Europe, but the thing is, motherfuckers talk shit. And by the way, I'm gonna end this call with this thing with this. This is why it's very important. Like this is why I like people like Master Teacher One, and this is why I keep saying it's very important for dudes to take legit pictures. You motherfuckers have cell phones. You have the Galaxy phones. You have the iPhones. You have the powerful cameras. If you all go out there, you need to take pictures. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. The market in the black community, when it comes to donations, is such that if you go over, say, okay, I'm about to take a trip overseas. I'm not saying I need donations. I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking about somebody in general. But like Master Teacher One, and he takes pictures even of the women walking around the buildings. He does clips, and shit. There's a great channel called 1 Mile at a Time. Go look that up. It's a channel called 1 Mile at a Time that's on Instagram. Type that in Google, Instagram, pull that page up. That's a good example. Type in Travel Noir. Type in Passport Heavy for YouTube, and it gives you a perfect example. You do videos on the ground or what this, so people can see that. Motherfuckers will donate to that shit, because that's content you can't really get anywhere else. Even if you take pictures of the buildings and stuff like that, I got like 400 pictures of Manila buildings, what the malls look like, videos of me walking around in the mall. At a fucking ice skating rink in the goddamn mall. What mall of them Mall of America looks like over there, which is like a cop. If you have like your average like basketball stadium, and then imagine if you built a mall around that. That's what that looks like. In North Carolina, we thought it was funny that it was Krispy Kremes out there like Starbucks. When in North Carolina, they sell Krispy Kreme through the grocery stores. Like again, these are things that people will really gravitate to, and people will donate. I mean, shit, you could be an asshole about it, and put some of the pictures up there and say you have to go in my Patreon to get some of the exclusive shit. You could be a dick about that and do that. But people would do that if you just charge $5 or some shit.
They will because you also showing them that you're doing the work as well. And like I said, that's also another option. But it's going to grow and it's going to flourish because I said this year, once I take this truck from this company, I'm gonna do a lot of traveling, and I mainly want to start hitting that Europe and that like Manila and stuff, because I'm gonna save Brazil and Dominican Republic for last. But my thing is, I've always wanted to go to Spain, and I've always wanted to go to Greece, and my thing is that those are on my to-do list, and I say it like this.
All over the Mediterranean.
Yeah, all the Mediterranean. Yeah, it's something about the Mediterranean that always draws me, man. But they said I've seen a guy, one of my friends went over there, and he did the same thing, and he was telling me, he said, you know what? When you do your pictures and stuff, he said, put it on your IG story. This is when I first IG story, where you have the option to like record, and it goes into your stories. And what it does though is Instagram will instantly save it. You don't even have to go in and save it. Once you record from your IG story, it goes in the storage file. So you can literally bring it back up, like if you wanted to, or if you got a 1-year anniversary from the day you recorded the stuff while you was overseas, it will bring it up. And it's just, I said, I'll just do it like that. And I got it connected to my Facebook and my Snapchat. So whatever I record or take pictures, it's going to send it to all three of those social media.
I mean, think about it. You got niggas like even London. I keep telling these fucking British motherfuckers, stop talking about like, I get y'all want to talk about black women and y'all want to be like, but motherfucker, this is the thing that I still tell my the business associates that I deal with on some of my business stuff. I say everywhere is exotic to somebody. So even I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. I can take pictures of stuff in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's certain sites. I got a picture on my phone, of like a fucking Lamborghini outside of one of the not the roof, Chris, but thing that's up above the roof, stuff like that. It's because we got a lot of new construction, a lot of new development, so the shit looks new because it is new. And even though it's Raleigh, it's still popping. I ain't saying it's popping like New York or anything, but the point is it's exotic to somebody. When you got some of these like monuments and stuff like that, even the governor's mansion, stuff like that, it tells a narrative. I mean, you have video that can make pictures, it orients all the shit for you. I mean, shit does it for you. You can do that. You can get a monopod. I don't call it a selfie. Fuck a selfie stick. I call it a monopod. You can get that shit in Walmart, get that shit from Amazon. If you're in the UK, there's plenty of things they can take pictures of, and then take pictures of females walking around and shit like that. I mean, motherfuckers like, oh, Jessica X. Oh my God, when I think it was fantastic interview her. Oh, it's a mixed chick with a British accent. Oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Like
right.
Fuck Naomi Campbell, genuine. I that's another bitch. Now, oh, by the way, Nicki Minaj is another bitch. I'm not a fan of Meek Mill, but fuck Nicki Minaj. I'm gonna start doing a video. I'm gonna start doing a series. You know how they call it Donkey of the Day, Bitch of the Week.
Oh, yeah, that would be good. That would
be good, they be monetized. They say, yeah, your ass is trying to get monetized. Fuck you, nigga. We ain't monetizing that Bitch of the Week. So in this week, this is what this bitch did. Nicki Minaj want to talk about Rosa Parks. Yo, non-FBA ass with your brother raping women. And you want to sit in here and you got something to say about Rosa Parks, and then you fucked up by talking about Malcolm X too? Bitch, please. And that's what I say after every thing I did. Bitch, please.
And that's why I say, man, we really are making an impact. It's like not a lot of they, they narratives, it's not gonna go unchecked like it did before, man. Everything is getting checked out the door, and you gonna get challenged with it. And like you said, because they brain can't comprehend, because nobody never really had to stand firm with them, it's going to be backlash. That's why, I was saying that manosphere, you can't kill it now, because this is what the future is. I mean, we have information for the brothers that's out here. Would it either be the passport bros? Would it be business? Like, we have like sectors for everything. And I'm like, we got to have some people that talks about sports and movies and
Yeah.
entertainment.
You had to be
We
like
gotta,
strag of the week, bitch of the month, bitch in the
yeah,
fool, like Shaq in the fool, stragging the fool. I work on it. Hoe in the
yeah. Yeah, this is something that the brothers been needing, and I think we're really like in the middle of the groundwork. So we're literally like the front face of it. So I love. I'm very excited, and I'm very proud of everybody, for putting that work in. And man, it's going to get better. I mean, because I believe it or not, you do got some big time celebrities that are slick looking at the manosphere, man.
Right, Meek Mill is like, bitch, yo,
Man.
you're fucking these kids. That's why I left. But he had that trigger ready for. I'm like, nigga, you too wide open. Like I never. I'm like, why you gonna say you? Man, please. Like, how you gonna say that now? I ain't gonna hear that shit. Like Drake would have put that in some kind of album. So like, who else know you got hit? Because Drake ain't gonna keep that secret. Drake ain't gonna hold that. That's going in one lyric or something. Like Drake don't look like a dude that keeps secrets that are not his. He look like the type of nigga on everybody else, but he keep his own secrets. They used to say Kobe was like that. That's why a lot of people used to act like they didn't like Kobe, because they used to say Kobe used to tell his wife what other motherfuckers was doing. And it's like, you doing it too, but then his wife talks to these other wives, not because, but because women talk, and it's like, and that's how it is. Like, nigga, you leaking, like, man, you better cut, because that's what Paul Gasol got mad at him about.
Yeah, Shaq too. Remember the first time it was with Shaq, and that's probably why when she told him that, she probably went to Shawnee. Yeah,
Shawnee was looking for, but you know what? Shawnee was looking for a reason to leave. Fuck Shawnee, because she was looking for a reason to leave that relationship.
Oh yeah, that too.
So she look, man, she is just like Jada and Will. It's like, you know what? I'm with you because the dude I wanted died. And dude, that's one thing, man. The thing that I pull, like, SY's Beam is about doing you, but it's also about knowing when to walk the fuck away. You knowing what not to get into. The greatest
Will
power.
walked away.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it with this. The greatest power that a man has is his ability to leave, his ability to get close, his ability to say it's over. And that is the one thing that a woman, unless she gets you with a baby or some shit like that, and even if she does, I mean, you got motherfuckers that ghost regardless. It's nothing they can really do. They can't counter that. Like, and so as a man, the biggest thing that I would tell you to do is develop your ability to bounce back. And when I say bounce back, I mean put yourself in position where you're bouncing back. So you're bouncing back so fast from a female that it's almost as if you're hitting, like, you know how it's like a little pothole. It don't even matter. You keep it moving. And when women know that, they gonna look for ways to try to trap your ass. But other than that, it don't matter. So they should always be reminded that they can be replaced. And that's the problem. Because real talk, when you look at what they complain about and a lot of dudes they're dealing with, that's what it is. And a lot of dudes think, oh, how can I be in that? Well, you have to create your own mode. When you look at a lot of these dudes that are really deep into anime, they deal with the they deal with. And whether it's black or not black, and motherfuckers be like, well, why you did, why you do that? It ain't about, you know what? Because I'm not asking you for shit. So why do you care? It's not like, okay, if I fuck with you, there's some consolation prize I'm fucking getting. No, I'm not. So what is it that I get from you? Well, it should be like, I make the fucking rules because it's my life. You all are making the rules on the shit you want, and you all are trying to use this. Oh, it's nature. It's this. Like, I can't tell you how many females. Oh, well, if you're fucking non-black women, that's you being attracted to homosexual. Like that That I mean, for real though, like, Jessica, she made that statement. Oh, it's nature. Yeah, what's up, cocaine? Nature, and I'm like, bitch, please. Like, do you realize how stupid that is? Like, walk up to a black chick that want a white dude, and then you tell him it's nature. Walk up to Eve with the man she with. Oh, it's nature, Serena. So y'all ain't got nothing to say about these females on that shit. But all these dudes, y'all got all like it's goofy. And I'm gonna tell you, the worst thing that can happen if black men stop talking, that's when y'all really need to be afraid. Cause that's when it's really over. Because here's the thing: if it ain't nothing to argue with, it ain't nothing for y'all to argue with. What are y'all gonna do? Because y'all, the more y'all shame black, like shaming black men is not gonna stop other people from fucking with black men that want to fuck with black men. I mean, think of how much our reputation has been thrown under the bus, and yet we still doing what the fuck we doing. If anything, the more you shame black men, the more you make black men a bad boy. This is why you can have a dude like Lawrence from Insecure that's still seen as kind of like a taboo, which is what a bad boy is. This is what makes him attractive to those other whites. Even though she was fetishizing him, he didn't give a fuck because he needed to get his knocks off to get over Issa. But that's why that happens, because you all make the image of the black man ain't shit. That's a difference between that and a woman. It has the reverse effects on how non-black men feel about black women, because men and women are not fucking the same. So the more you throw them under the bus, the more you make black men taboo. So it don't matter. Y'all keep doing it to the point where light-skinned niggas gonna be seen as taboo because y'all.
Go ahead, finish it off.
No, I'm done.
And I will also say, pretty much you just freed your so-called corny and your lame dudes, because this is how it works. When you sit over there and you want to call them that, you just gave them the okay signal to go to explore their own options and stuff. Which 9 times out of 10, non-black women, they will take them, and they will take the best of your men and your so-called niggas who you sexually attracted to. To be honest, them niggas is trapped too, because guess what? They be incentivized by y'all messing with them. Yeah. So they're not going to really want to do anything. They're going to be stuck in the matriarch and the gynocratic. So
gentrification, and again, a lot of time when people talk about people need to slow down when it comes to talking about what's going on, it's not people telling them to stop. It's just saying the shit needs to be expanded. Like that's all they're really saying. Like when AM1 was saying what he was saying, I want to see this more highlighted. He wasn't saying that people have to change what they're doing. He's just talking about room for expansion on certain channels and shit. Everybody took it like, oh, well, he's telling people not to talk and da. And I'm like, that's not what it is. He's like, it's not what it is at all. But people are going to hear what they want to hear, and they have a right to their opinions. But at the end of the day, AM1 doing with networking is what it is. But anyway, yeah, man, I'm telling you, you get in that shower and that shit hitting you on the overhead, especially if you could take the thing, but really if it's hitting you overhead and it's hitting in them like that's a strong current, and then it's like 30 minutes. It is because here's the thing, in the hotel, like the hotel room I gotta get that video because I took a video of it. This was like 5 years ago when I first got in there, but I did upload a Google Drive. It wasn't a bath, it wasn't like a jacuzzi, it was just a walk-in. And yes, I put some females too. It was a walk-in, and then it was an overhead down, and then the current was extremely strong. It was split up into a lot of currents. It wasn't like 4, it was like maybe like 15 or 20. And then it was extremely strong current to the point where it was pressing against my skin, and then I could keep it hot for a prolonged period of time. It was like 30 minutes is where I maxed out. So it does act as like a sauna, like the shit that you see in them fucking music videos and shit. And then you will that bitch tired, and I'm talking, you could work an 8-hour shift, a 12-hour shift, because what the shift that I went to, it took us like an hour to get there because of traffic, literally. So it was hour there, hour back. I worked 8 hours. So that's 10 hours right there. So we were there about 11 hours. I would get there, we would get back, and then we would literally do that. And then before we decided to do what we're going to do, and then it literally will wait. We almost didn't take showers because that shit will wake you the fuck up. That and so again, and here's the thing. I'm all for black women traveling. you know, I don't have a lot of negative experiences where if when I travel, I come across females that's on the bitch shit. Usually they cool, you know, even if they're African American, you know, but yeah, man, it is what it is, man. So anyway, we have gone through this. I appreciate y'all for showing up. Make sure y'all like the video. I see it's 122 in here. You know, I appreciate Dejan for giving me a super chat. That is definitely appreciated. And with that being said, you know, this is Edward signing off. Peace.
Peace out.